feeling like Kiss 92's Big Show.
Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to Happy at Work Thursday. Our guest for this morning is from Career Agility International. Mr. Adrian Choo is back. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning. I missed you guys last week.
I know. We missed you too.
I wasn't here, so I haven't seen you for just as long as you haven't seen me and everybody else.
I miss you too, Angel.
Yeah.
That's right. You were away last Thursday.
I was away last Thursday,
So
yes.
it's FD and myself. FD will be back, by the way, on Monday. Yen was fantastic, as always.
As always.
But she said you were busy last week, huh?
Yeah, I was busy. Last week was crazy. I was almost browning out on Friday afternoon already.
Oh, no?
So I had to do a power nap and recharge. But it was a good week. And lots of people we were helping. And I think that really made my week. But, it's part and parcel of the work that we do, right? We help people.
Because of F1 or what?
Yeah, I'm just trying. What? His browning out?
Yeah, I mean, you were busy last week because of F1 or what?
No, I'm not an F1 fan.
Okay.
I know, but just that, just some strange occurrence where we were just packed with full of events, corporate talks.
I thought you were like aliens landed in your home or something, some strange occurrence.
Strange occurrences.
But speaking of browning out, you as a consultant, a career consultant and strategist, do you go on holiday? Because I've never heard you say, I'm taking leave to go away. Do you go on holiday?
Yeah, and I do.
Okay,
yes,
you're
I
in.
do.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
But we do take pockets here and there. So, and we have a nice policy like on Wednesday mornings off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you start work in the afternoon?
Yeah, that's right. Or we can do our own stuff in the morning. You can, if you want to assign a meeting in the morning, it's okay. Friday afternoons are largely off for us as well. So it's almost like a 4-day-ish work week.
It is 4 days, yeah.
I do catch up on weekends with my staff as well. So I try not to work too hard,
Right.
but trying to work smart.
Yep.
And because the work that we do is very emotionally intense.
Yeah,
We
for
sit
sure.
down for 2.5 hours. We're talking to our clients and trying to uncover what their career situations are.
And they're offloading everything onto you,
Yeah,
right?
and so it's very emotionally intense. So we need to decompress. So we can't do too many of these a day. But if you're doing like 3 sessions a day, it's really very taxing emotionally to be invested in.
Right.
So we need to have mechanisms to decompress.
Yeah.
One of my methods of decompressing is my afternoon nap.
And your gardening.
And my gardening and my admin time.
Yeah. Nice.
Which means, we're not too bad. We get the afternoons off every day.
We do, yes. It's up to us what to do with it. You know, Adrian, you used to be in the headhunting
Yes.
industry, right?
Yes, that's right.
And I'm sure you've heard all sorts of pitches, all sorts of questions, and given all sorts of answers. Have you ever asked the question, what is your salary?
All the time. And the reason why we want to find out what the person's salary is, and if you are out there, our listeners, if you are asked a question, what's your salary, by the headhunter or by the recruiter, it's only because they want to assess whether or not your seniority is right for the role, or whether the role they have is a good fit to you. You cannot judge based on job titles, because some big companies, everyone's a finance manager, or everyone's a finance VP.
Yeah.
In the bank, everyone's a VP.
Yeah.
Right? So I can't really gauge your salary levels, whether this opportunity I have is the right one for you. So I'd like to find out, ask, what's your salary package?
So in your
Okay.
mind, as a headhunter, you know roughly the salary range already. And if the person kind of overstates his salary, then you might just go, forget it then.
I'm still okay.
No?
I mean, sometimes, say I've got a budget of $10,000.
Okay.
And this person has already got a salary of $15,000. So I'm not going to bother him with this opportunity. It's the wrong one for him, probably.
Right.
So that's how I want to find out whether or not the shoe fits. If it's within the same ballpark, then let's negotiate. But if you're at double what my client's willing to pay, it's probably going to be a no-go. So that's why the question about your salary is a legit one. And on today's episode, we want to talk about what, why, how, and where everything else. All
Very
about
interesting.
money.
Very, very interesting. We'll continue to talk to Adrian on the Big Show TV. In the meantime, here's Claudia with Toast on Kiss 92. Okay.
Okay, so have you ever faced someone who is underselling themselves? You know, like, because you ask what is your salary. I feel like it's not just to see where the person should be placed, but it's also to see if the person is ranking themselves correctly on the salary ladder. Is that something that you would say as well? Like, oh no, you should be earning way more, or you're being overpaid.
Well, those are judgments which I wouldn't make, because if you tell someone is underpaid, he's going to feel miserable.
Okay.
And within what context is he underpaid? Because you don't really know. So we try not to make judgment. I do hear some headhunters telling people, oh, you're very underpaid or you're overpaid. I think these are value statements which don't really bring value. Unless I have a job offer on hand and I tell you, look, the number is here. It's much better than what you're at. Because currently, right now, honestly, you're underpaid. So with information and an offer in hand, and I tell you you're underpaid, then gives you a frame of reference.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Right? It's like, otherwise it's not fair. I'm just gunning you down and saying that, hey, you're underpaid. Then it's kind of mean, if you ask me. It's kind of mean. Even if the person is underpaid, it's kind of mean.
Yeah, you're playing a mind game already at that point. It's like, why? I mean, if you're not going to offer me a job, why are you telling me?
Yeah,
this,
exactly.
Right?
It's
trying to discourage me.
I think I asked that because, for example, if I were gunning for a VP job and I'm being paid, say, $3,000, but the job is actually valued at $5,000, as my headhunter, I feel I would appreciate if you told me, okay, so we're gonna pitch you for these jobs and place you in these positions, but we're gonna up it because I think you're overqualified for this job and you need to have a pay that matches.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. To give a gauge, the main idea for me is that if you have a job offer on hand, okay, let's put it this way. The headhunter is usually on your side most of the time because he gets paid a percentage of his commission is a percentage of your total package.
Okay.
So the more he negotiates for you, the higher salary, the more he gets paid. So he's usually on your side. So, but once in a while you do get a headhunter or recruiter who wants to close the deal fast and he says, okay, I know let's just get this deal signed fast enough, and it doesn't matter if don't negotiate salary with me. So there are various types, but by and large, most headhunters, the good ones, are on your side with regards to salary.
Okay.
Provided you're not unreasonable.
We have Mol that message in saying quite a few of the parents in her daughter's school attended your talk at SAJC last week.
Last Friday.
What was that about? What did you speak about?
Oh, last Friday, that was the thing that topped up the whole week. It was fun. SAJC and a couple of junior colleges. They invited me to talk about career choices for the children and how to be a coach to your children in terms of their career decisions.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Very important.
Very important.
I wish when I was in school, my school organized something like
like that, right?
This is very good.
Now schools they run internships for their students
Oh, nice.
and attachments, which is amazing. So we're talking about that as well. I would love to do a full session on this next week. Maybe we talk about how to be a career coach to your kids.
Yeah, I think that's very relevant.
Yeah, I think
People need
let's
to
do
know
that.
that. Yeah, next
But
week
don't
is
reveal too much of your trade secrets. People won't need you already.
Knowledge needs to be shared. So that's why I always believe. But
Such a nice man.
right. Mol has another question actually. The first wasn't a question, but this time it's a question. Is there such a thing as good timing to look for a new job? I may be at risk of retrenchment soon, and read that the current timing Q3 is more quiet in the job market as most companies hire in the first half of the year.
Well,
Is
I
that
think
true?
The best time to look for a job is
Anytime?
6 months ago, actually. So the best time to plant a tree is like 6 years ago, right? So always be looking. Always be looking.
Even if you're happy.
Even if you're happy. If you're happy and you know it, look for a job. I have no idea.
Okay.
You just look because it's always good to have a plan B
Okay.
in your back pocket, just in case.
Then I'm happy I jumped ship. Because that was actually something that's almost unthinkable.
Yeah.
I mean, where I came from,
Yeah.
no one dares to
And
leave.
how many
Yeah.
years were you there?
23.
23? Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Although, I'm looked upon as a traitor now, and I will not go into the history books, one day and be referred to as one of Singapore's greatest DJs, But it's okay because I took the leap. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, yeah.
And you know what? The thing I like about your career story is that you took the leap, you
Yeah.
got out of your comfort zone.
Got
and
out
then-
of slavery.
Slavery.
No, sorry.
Okay, whoops, comfort zone, to a new place. And then in 2020, you pivoted again because onto a hybrid radio, online
TV. Yeah.
situation with the Big
Yeah.
Show.
Yeah.
And then this year you pivoted again to Kiss 92,
Yes.
which is a bigger platform. So what I like to say is there has
Movement.
been movement, there has been growth,
Mm.
there's
Yeah.
been progression.
And
It's
then the
not-
whole
yeah.
reading, all of us read our own
News.
news
Yeah.
and stuff like which the other DJs absolutely cannot do.
So another feather in your
Live.
cap
Yes.
as a newsreader. There you go. We see that you are able to newsread now, so you have a future.
Hey, that's the prerequisite now.
Yeah,
Look,
it
anyone
is.
who wants to come into SPH Radio,
You
will
gotta learn
have
how to read the news.
to read the news
Yeah.
without going through the news
first. It's live.
Yeah.
Absolutely live.
Yeah.
They give you just read it as perfectly as possible. Okay, we're going back on the radio. Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
A couple of situations to look out for on the MCE towards the AYE before Marina Coastal Drive entrance, avoid lane 1. An accident has been reported. Also on the KJE towards the BKE after Woodlands Roads exit. After the Woodlands Road exit, a vehicle has broken down there. Wherever you are this Thursday, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn and Angel with Adrian Choo from Career Agility International. And today we're talking about headhunters, asking people for their salary and all that.
Yeah. Basically.
Does it happen often?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it happens all the time. So the big question is this: A, do you answer? Do you even
Yes.
respond? And the answer is yes. Okay, but if you're uncomfortable letting the person or the stranger on the line asking you what your salary is, then make sure that A, it's a real job, B, it's a legit headhunter, and you can ask for more details about the job, about the role. You don't have to give them the information right off the bat.
You're saying on the line, so you're not sitting with this person physically.
No, sometimes on the first call, I would call the person up and say, hey, I got a great opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Talk a little bit and say, by the way, what's your package? What's your salary
Okay.
at right now? Most people are okay to reveal it because when they jump on my LinkedIn or jump on my corporate webpage as a headhunter, they will say, oh, this guy's legit.
Yeah.
But sometimes the recruiter can... You jump on his website and you see that his company doesn't have a website. And then you start worrying, should I be giving private information like that? So if you're not comfortable, don't give the
Okay.
information.
I mean, if you were to give me a call, let's say, and I didn't know who you were,
Yeah.
I would probably go like, okay, where are you from?
Yes,
And,
and
I'll
those are
get
legit
information and like,
questions, yeah.
okay, could you
Legit
call me back maybe in half an hour?
Do
or
your
something
due
like that.
diligence.
Then-
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Oh, and after that, if you're not comfortable giving your actual numbers itself, you can give a range. Oh, my salary is between $150,000 to $200,000 a year, or something like that. So give it a broad range, just enough for him to play with to say, okay, yeah, that's about the ballpark figure I'm looking at.
Right.
So earlier you mentioned package. So when it comes to your salary, if someone says, what's your salary? Do you just talk about your base salary? Do you talk about possible commissions? Do you talk about your benefits, your variables? What are you giving?
Yeah, so what we recommend is to talk about the whole package first, your overall, which is your fixed guaranteed component, which is a monthly salary, and whatever bonuses you are guaranteed, and the variable piece, which is your
Like your entertainment bills and stuff like that.
Yeah, the variable bonuses. I don't know. Unless the entertainment bills are a lot.
Yeah, because some companies do cover entertainment bills, right? Depending on your job.
But then that's not salary itself. That's just more like a benefit.
Correct.
Which you should include as well.
They
Which
can
you
take
include
away
as well.
at any time.
Can
That's
take
true.
away, actually.
Yeah.
But you should include that if a headhunter calls.
You can, but what we're recommending is just go on the high level figures.
Okay.
The total compensation, which is your fixed and your variable, and then afterwards, when we go off air, we're going to talk about how to break it down.
Okay. All right.
All right. We're with Adrian Choo from Career Agility International, folks. It is 8:14.
Kiss 92 time check brought to you.
Okay.
Okay. Break it down.
Yes, break it down. So it's the monthly salary is your fixed. Okay, it is quite confusing sometimes when the headhunter calls and asks what's your salary, and you say, oh, my salary is $10,000 or $5,000 a month, because is it times 12 or times 13?
Oh, right.
In
okay.
Singapore,
That's
we-
in what do you call
AWS.
AWS, that's right.
So some companies do 13 months, some companies do 12 months. So we've had a situation before where the person said my salary is X, base salary, monthly salary is X. And then when the package was done, he was given a 20% increase on X.
Okay.
And then it turns out that actually his X was supposed to be times 13, not times 12.
Right. Okay. So it didn't.
So it wasn't as attractive. So we had to go back and recalculate. So stuff like that. So what we recommend is just multiply across. So my annual
Yes.
on the fix is so and so.
Maybe companies should just take that annual wage supplement
Yeah.
and just
Divide it across.
Yes,
right?
across for
Many
the whole year.
companies have.
Right?
Many
So
companies
13
have.
months across the 12 months. You're
Yes.
saying that
Many
extra
companies
month.
The 13th month.
But do you
yeah.
know why the 13-month thing came along? Because it's quite
No.
uniquely Singaporean and some British colonies. So this is the story I heard. Okay, it's not very true.
It's not
untrue.
official.
I don't know. Okay, maybe
Okay.
maybe you can add it to one of your morning quizzes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, whether it's
Sure.
true. So in the old days of the British
Occupation.
occupation in those days, the British would pay their staff a monthly salary, anyone who worked for them, on like the 4th Thursday of the month.
Okay.
Then the salary you get on the 4th Thursday of the month. So I get the money and I go back home, right? And then and how many months are there in a year?
12.
And notice how many payments, how many weeks? You get 48 weeks of work, payment for 48 weeks of work.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then someone said, hey, wait a minute. But there are 52 weeks
2
a
weeks,
year.
yeah.
You have to top me up.
Okay.
So that's the
oh.
top
I
up for
see.
So
the, for the
base-
supposed missing 4 weeks.
So you're saying based on every last Thursday, it only works out to 48 weeks?
I mean,
is that what it is?
technically, mentally, they're thinking is like, so the British government said, okay, we're going to give you a 30. That's what an old timer told me when I was younger. He was
It
telling
could
me.
be right. Now I'm going to count all the Thursdays.
Yeah, but also, I mean, if you're working for a company that has done that, what we spoke about, right? The 13th month,
Yeah.
right? They fix it into your salary.
Yeah.
So for 12 months, it's great because it's always going to be there. Because sometimes, if it's an annual wage supplement, right? Some companies
Yes.
can choose not to give it to you at
Yeah.
the end
If
of
the
the year.
company's not doing so great and stuff
Exactly.
like that, right? Yeah.
So I think AWS. Okay, some companies will, when you start working with them, okay, and in the employment contract they will prorate it. Some companies don't. You're right. So if you quit before on say December 30th, right? December
Yeah.
31st,
You don't
might
get
not
it.
get it.
Yeah. Or if the
So-
company is really crap during that year, also
Yeah.
they can opt not to give it to you.
Yeah, but technically, I think they are kind of obliged to give.
Are they?
I think
Okay.
they're kind of
No
obliged
matter
to
what.
give, Yeah. So, but then again, companies are companies. I mean, they can just fire you and not blink an eye and say sorry, you're not entitled to it. So you never know. But that's where it is. So
But that's where your contract comes in, right?
that's where your contract comes in. That's where the Ministry of Manpower comes in. That's where lawyers come in. But ultimately, what we recommend is on a fixed component, look at the annual package. And then on the variable component, what happens then if you have had so typically every year you get 3 months of variable bonuses, okay? And last year was a bad year.
Yeah.
You only get 2 weeks because the company did badly. And then when the boss when the interviewer asks you, what's your salary, what's your variable bonus last year? They say 2 weeks, but it's not fair because every other year you got three months, supposing. So my recommendation is you can either average it out or say that in the past couple of years it's always been 3 months. Last year was a bad year for the company. So you don't want to use that 2 weeks as a benchmark for them to say, okay, fine. Under this new package, I'm just going to give you a 2-week variable bonus, for example. So there's a lot of mathematics behind it. And what I recommend is we have actually created an app for this. Okay,
Who's we?
We.
Oh,
Career
really?
Agility,
Oh,
yeah.
Seriously?
amazing. What's your app?
So the app, it's not an app. It's on our website.
Okay.
If you go to www.careeragility.org/mysalary, we have a salary calculator there.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can just type in your basic figures, and then an output would be provided, where you can just copy and paste and just drop it into the
Slash what you said?
/ my salary.
My salary.
So
And then
it's-
will this tell you, like, give you an indication of whether you are underpaid or
No,
overpaid?
it doesn't.
No,
doesn't.
because the Straits Times did that
Yeah,
once.
they-
Yes,
do
yes.
that. We have our opinion on that as well because it's not accurate.
I
so.
was severely underpaid according to the Straits Times, but anyway.
Really? That's
yeah,
why
my
it's,
goodness.
Inaccurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, overpaid.
Very accurate.
Okay, so Benjamin has come on, and Benjamin's got an interesting question. He says he's been self-employed all this while. Am I employable?
Yeah, depends on what you've been doing. If you if you know what your skill is and you know there's a market for it, and if it's marketable, then why not? If you can find a company that would love to have you on board, I think everyone is. There's a job out there for everyone.
A lot of variables.
A lot of variables. So,
Yeah.
well, reach out to us if you're just curious.
There you go. What was his name? Benjamin.
Benjamin.
If we weren't
Q.
doing what we were doing, Adrian, I think we'll probably be doing the same thing. Because you want to be a farmer, right?
I'll be a farmer.
Farmer
You want to be a
or
farmer.
someone who works in an orchard or something, right? Me too, you know.
I'll be a
actually.
gardener.
How about a
farmer.
vineyard?
I love it.
I'd like to work at a vineyard.
No, I'll be too busy
Drinking.
consuming.
But
don't know
yeah,
what
I
I'd be.
like plants. I like,
But
Yeah,
do you
I
like
talk to my
plants so
plants
much
at
that
home.
you would like to be a farmer? There's a difference between being a farmer and loving your plants at home on your
I think-
balcony in a condo.
I think I would love it because, I play golf, so I love the sun as well, Love going out there in the morning and checking on all the plants and see, if they need more
But I'm
nutrients.
sure you'd also like
or-
somebody to help you with that also, right? Like you can tell someone, okay, you can do, these need more watering.
I will hire a
These need
few
more- Yeah, there
Bangladeshi
you go.
workers, that's for sure,
Of course.
to help me
I
out.
More fertilizer there.
But I think for Glenn, I think for you, it's going to be golf related.
Maybe not.
No.
Oh, he's
There was an
falling out
incident
of
last
love
week.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Last
there
week
was
there was
an
an incident.
Near-death incidents.
Yeah, man.
Incident.
Okay, you gotta tell me about it.
So I play less golf now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll
I keep on
do
telling
that
her I shouldn't
to-
even be sitting here right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very close. It was just like maybe 2 inches. I was 2 inches away from.
from not sitting here.
From certain death.
Yeah, just
Okay,
about.
you gotta tell
Or
me,
maybe just being a vegetable.
Yeah.
What you were? Okay, let me guess. A lightning strike. You were run over by a buggy.
I
or-
mean,
No,
you've
someone-
already
Golf
told
ball.
everybody
Yeah.
that, so you
Oh,
can
this-
mention
Might as
it
well.
because you might as well, of course, you have 50 seconds to say it really quickly. Summarize it.
So basically, someone was teeing off, all right, and this was a drop zone
Okay.
because the person had hit the ball in the water. So this person put the ball, on the drop zone. I was in the buggy together with him, but he didn't drive the buggy far enough away from where he was teeing off. But well, most of the time, people hit the ball straight, right? He accidentally hit the ball and he shanked it. And the
Sideways.
ball went sideways, almost like 180 degrees, and it came towards my head.
Oh, wow.
But it missed my head by 2 inches, ricocheted, and came back and it hit the other side of my face. And still, I was lucky enough.
But it chose the softest part of his head to
Yep.
hit.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards the airport right off the Thompson Road, avoid lane 4. Please, a vehicle has broken down there. If you have any other news for us, it's 8855-0920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Adrian Choo. He is back. He's from Career Agility International. And of course, if you want to get in touch with Adrian, you can. It is
Info?
info@careeragility.org.
That's right.
That's right. And today we're talking about what to say when the headhunter asks what your salary. So we've been talking about the most part of the answer is yes, you should tell your
Yeah, you
headhunter
can,
what you're earning and what you're looking for, maybe?
Yeah, you can.
You can, right?
You can, yeah. And if you're having difficulties articulating what your total compensation package is, you can come to our website. We just created a free app, a free the calculator. It's called, you can just go to www.careeragility.org/my-salary.
So I'm looking at it now. So basically, it's a salary calculator. What you would input is your monthly salary, your allowance, say, for transport or additional perks, your annual guaranteed bonus, your annual variable bonus commissions, other benefits like maybe housing or education, share options, salary increase, training budget per year. So it's quite comprehensive, this.
It is. And when you click calculate, it gives you a very brief summary. And you can click Control C to copy. There's a click to copy, and you just copy the whole paragraph, and you can just drop it into. If the headhunter is asking you, you can just Control V and just email to him.
Oh, you mean the
output,
results?
the results, the
output.
calculated output.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
it's in a format which he will understand straight away because this is how headhunters talk. So
okay.
and it also computes your if you're asking for 15% increment, what does it actually look like? It also you can drop it in there as well.
So how is this calculator created
Just
then? I
hit
mean,
enter only.
what is
Angel,
it based?
just hit
Yeah,
enter.
but I've put nothing in there.
Oh, you got
haven't
you
put any
just
numbers
try
in
and
there.
I
key
was
in some
acting it
numbers.
out.
Yeah.
I was about to go like, hey, press
Okay,
enter.
okay.
Oh, it's $50,000.
You were acting it
So
out.
sorry, Angel, you're saying?
I forget.
Okay.
Glenn interrupted. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Glenn. It's all your fault.
As always.
I was saying how did you come up with not the idea of, but how does it calculate based on this?
It's just mathematics, just programming.
Okay.
Our genius chief
Programmer.
digital officer,
Yeah.
Ram. We were talking about it. It was originally going to be just a simple spreadsheet, but Yen said, "Hey, let's take it one step further. Let's go develop this, and it's free. We don't trap any data. There's no marketing information that we're going to mail you nonstop about it. It's just basically an app that's sitting there for you to calculate. So it's careeragility.org/mysalary. Play with it all you want, and you can try it as many times as you want in terms of variations.
You can change you can put 10,000 versus like say 20,000.
Yeah, you just play around with it, and well, perfectly fine. It's free and it's free to
That's
use.
cool.
Yeah.
That's something fun
So
to
Yen
do.
said, let's take it one step further. Is she always like that?
Yeah, she's always like that. Then after that, she takes it one step further, and then I say, okay, how about if we put more bells and whistles on it, and then we just evolve.
This is
Yeah,
a woman
for
thing,
sure.
right? Like if you have an argument with them, so they'll take one step
that-
further.
oh, wow.
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will not
Okay,
say
You better
anything.
not get involved.
I take it back. After all, we are on the Big Show TV.
No, we're not. We're on air.
Oh,
We're on
dear.
air.
Yes.
I'm in trouble now.
You are.
I plead the Fifth.
Always.
Okay, here are the Chainsmokers with Summertime Friends on Kiss 92.
So, yeah, Karen.
So, any questions?
Oh, let me check. I'm
I
sure
think we do
there are.
have quite a
I
number
think
of
lots of
questions.
questions, especially salary questions.
The page just does not exist. No, it does. Eugene, I'm on it. You have to
Yeah,
go
come
to
on.
careeragility.org/mycalculator.
No, my salary.
Oh, sorry,
salary.
my salary.
Oh, no wonder. That's why like, you told them my calculator.
Oh, no, because the Kiss 92 put up the wrong link as
Oh.
well.
My salary.
It says their salary calculator. Yeah, no.
My salary.
My salary.
I
Okay.
see.
Joel has said bonus means optional, regardless if it is the 13th month or otherwise, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Joel.
the question is this then, no? If an offer came along, so I had this situation once where the offer came along, it was really good, and it was almost a 20% increase. But the
20%.
individual did not get the same level of benefits as his previous company.
Oh, right. Okay.
And one of the benefits was that it was medical coverage for the whole family.
Oh,
He only had medical coverage for
himself. But that's handy, though, for the whole family.
Yeah, and he actually declined.
But did they make up for it in terms of salary?
They did.
Then that should be okay,
But
right?
he felt that he wanted the family because he's one of his kids has an ongoing issue, and he didn't know how much they could inflate to. So he said, "I'll still feel better. You can top me up in cash, but I still feel better if it was covered." So to each their own. So there are no right or wrong answers.
Yeah.
If the package that you are being offered smells nice and I think it's okay, then go for it. If it's not, then don't.
So on that note, how does one ask for an increase? So, like one of your clients said, I want the package to include the whole family, right? Which is kind of an increase in the benefits and all that. How do you negotiate an increase?
But that's interesting to see because you can negotiate. You can negotiate your base salary and your variable. Most of the time, it can be done. But benefits, a lot of time, very often, it's a company policy. So that
Across
could
the
be,
board.
Yeah, that could be hard to especially include this person because of this. HR is going to say, no, sorry, cannot, it's policy.
Yeah, this other person is not getting it, so you can't.
Yeah, so that's where you can maybe negotiate for a little extra on the side for something else that could be. So once again, for our listeners out there, if you're having negotiations like these, if you have difficulties, drop us an email, set an appointment with us. We can walk you through on what your options are.
Okay, Mole has another question. She says, what if we're looking for a job due to unforeseen circumstances, but similar jobs available are of a much lower salary? Is it a good idea to accept that or just keep looking?
It all depends. If it's a similar job at a lower salary, if it's a better environment, more stable, in an industry that you're actually going to have fun with, then why not? So it all depends once again on your career strategy, whether or not you want to do that. But if it's your strategy at the point in time to not look at the salary piece, But to join a fun environment, by all means, go ahead. So it all depends.
Depends. Yeah. Everything is case by case, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I think I definitely need to change my glasses lah, because right
happened?
now I think I look a bit strange on
Oh, you finally
Facebook and
realized.
YouTube.
Really, Grandpa?
It goes to
Yeah,
the
exactly,
it goes to
right.
the hair now. Yeah.
with the hair,
I know.
Grandpa.
I think that's it. I'm going for LASIK already. That's for sure.
Okay, all right.
Adrian, Jesslyn Chiam says, hi everyone,
Jess.
good morning. I have been a stay-home mom for 9 years now. Previously, I was in audit. Am I still employable in the market? And if so, how do I go about the salary portion, she says.
Well,
Jesslyn Chiam. Jesslyn Chiam. This is on YouTube. I'm on YouTube and
hi, Jess.
Angel's on Facebook.
Good morning. Well, are you employable? You need to find out what your skills are, okay, and whether or not what you were doing previously. One of the best ways to start looking out for roles is maybe you start calling your ex-bosses in your audit firm or your clients or people you know, and just talk to them. Ask them whether or not there are openings. Ask them whether or not, there are roles and what the gaps are and everything. And it doesn't hurt to apply for jobs online as well. So don't focus so much on the salary piece first. Don't look for a job. Okay, look for work first. It could be maybe even starting off once a week or twice a week type of gig. But if you just warm up to get the engine started, so you may not get a full-time job, but maybe start with two days a week, 1 day a week, and then they start loving you, and then they start saying, come on board, more full-time. So don't look for a job, Jess. Okay, look for work, and what we recommend is slowly build your way up. A lot of times people want to jump in back into the job market with the same salary they had, not realizing that it's been a while.
Yeah,
So
things have moved on.
Things have moved on, so you have to be realistic. But keep pressing on, Jess.
Yeah, I mean, if you've already taken that long a break, so what's a little bit more time? Just take your time to get back into it. Right?
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
right.
you're saying.
And are you hindering what's the thing? Headhunt? Are you hindering a headhunter's ability to search for the right job for you if you say no? I don't want to tell you how much I earn.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Okay, so two perspectives. Number one, as a headhunter myself, okay, whenever I encounter someone who is who's pushing back very hard on the salary. So if I ask Glenn, say, by the way, what's your salary level?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Yeah, then say, Ken, I'll pry a little more. Is that indicative level? Is it between X and Y?
Still not telling you.
That's still not telling you.
I don't feel comfortable telling you.
Yeah. So I say, okay, then I will, then if I pry further and he says, no, okay, to me it's a red flag.
Yeah, it's like, so what do you need me for again?
But if I ask you a question like, okay, what is this for? Can you give me an...
Then I'll tell you, this is the salary range.
Okay.
Of the role.
Okay.
And then if you're saying that, it's okay, that's something where I'm at now. So I will ask you, okay, is your range between X and Y? No. Y and Z? No. And if you're giving me 0,
Right.
This is assuming that you've already verified him, but you still
I
don't want
see,
to
I
budge.
see.
You know what I mean? Not
And
a cold call.
you've told me about the position, the possible position.
Okay, let's go
Okay,
back.
let's go
Let's
on
go
that.
back on it. Blackpink with Shut Down right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. Thank you so much for having us on. It is Happy at Work Thursday. I certainly hope you're happy at work. If you're not, I hope you're feeling better, more positive by listening to Adrian Choo from Career Agility
yeah, and it's
International.
only, if you're not feeling up or great, just remember it's only 95 days to Christmas.
Yes, thank you very much. I was going to mention that at some
Christmas.
point this week. Can you imagine by next week, 90 days? Oh my
90 days
goodness.
to Christmas.
Why is it we
shopping.
love Christmas so
Christmas
much?
is such a happy time. When it gets to like end of October, early November, I start to feel the vibe already.
Yeah.
That Christmas spirit, that Christmas
Yeah.
breeze.
Yeah.
That
It is the most
wonderful
wonderful
time of
time
the
of
year.
the
We
year.
should
It's
start-
the most wonderful time of the year.
We should start with Christmas songs already. But for now, we're talking about headhunting and salary. And earlier on the Big Show TV, I was saying, are you hindering a headhunter's work if you tell them, no, I don't want to tell you what my salary is?
So most people will give a range, and as a headhunter, I can tell you that the moment a potential candidate is prevaricative, is avoiding the salary issue. I don't tell you. Why you want to know? To me, it's a warning sign, it's a red flag. If this person is going to give me so much trouble with salary upfront, he's going to give me a lot more trouble with the salary negotiations if he lands the job. And so to me, it's a big warning sign. Do not proceed further.
So is it the headhunter's job to negotiate the salary as well? Between the employer and employee?
A good headhunter will help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
he'll be physically there, or he'll just be advising you what to say?
He'll be
Right,
liaising
okay.
with the HR, the client. So,
Got it.
So, but once again, there are good headhunters and there are other
Terrible
headhunters.
ones.
Yeah. So the good ones will help. So, and for me, one of the reasons why it's a big warning sign when someone says, "I don't want to tell you my salary at all," could be either he is. I've had people who've been fishing for a higher salary, so I don't want to tell you because I want something bigger, but I'm at this level now, but what's your best offer?
So he's trying to hear a high number.
Yeah, it's not a horse trade.
Yeah.
What's your or maybe the person is very senior, his package is really high, and he wants to take a smaller job, and he doesn't want to have to explain it away. So I think all these are legitimate reasons, but you're not going about it the right way. If you have such concerns, come talk to us. Just drop us an email, info@careeragility.org.
Yeah.
Salary negotiations are our thing. It's my thing. Okay, I'm really, really good at helping clients with it because of my headhunting days. But don't piss off the headhunter. Otherwise, he's going to move on to the next candidate.
Okay.
But the headhunter can identify trouble when he comes across.
Yes,
A good
a
headhunter.
good experience. And then let me share something interesting with you as well. After the deal is done, the headhunter will ask you. A good headhunter worth his salt is going to ask you, "Can you send me your salary slip?
Why?
I want to verify that where your salary is at."
Oh.
And I've had situations where we went all the way to the end, and the individual goes, "No, I'm not giving you my salary slip." Okay, and when they do that, it's a huge warning sign. And interestingly, I like this candidate, okay, and I was not going to ask him to physically show me. I just say, "Oh, by the way, we need a copy of your salary slip." And he said, "No, I'm not giving you." And I asked him why. He said, "I'm just not giving you." And to me, it was a big red flag. It's like, yeah. And it turns out that he was lying on his current salary. He was fishing, so he scuttled a deal. Because the trust just wasn't there anymore. The client said, "No, I don't trust this guy anymore."
And it's a relationship, right? That needs to be needs to be had between
Yeah.
people.
So once again, if you have valid
At least did
reasons-
he say, "If you're looking for trouble, you've come to the right
Glenn's
place."
in the singing mood
Yeah,
today.
Glenn's in the singing mood. It's karaoke Thursday.
I need to go to
so-
karaoke already. Yes. I'm deprived.
You seem it.
I haven't sung in a long time.
Okay.
I'm
you
thinking
can
of taking singing lessons from Haneri.
Oh, there you go.
Ah.
Oh no, then he's gonna be practicing every morning when he comes in. No, please.
Then I
don't.
can perform. I'm like,
Like-
I don't want to just go out there and be an MC. I want to be an MC that can sing and dance.
And dance. So you need to do dance lessons as well.
I'm a horrible dancer. I'm a better singer than I am a dancer. Anyway,
So ultimately, the salary issue is going to be a major point in your job search and in your discussions. So I think what's important is for you to approach it in a very professional manner. And once again, if any questions, just drop us a note.
all right.
you
Thank you
so
very much,
much.
Adrian.
Pleasure's always mine. Let's do a fun topic next week about how do we be better career coaches to our kids.
I think that's a
That'd be quite
fantastic
fun.
one. Yeah.
Sounds great. I think we'll probably have to do that over 2 weeks because there's so much.
There's so much, yeah,
to cover.
yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. Once again, it's info@careeragility.org if you've got any questions for Adrian or Yen. Thank you so much, Adrian.
Okay, see you guys. Have fun.
Up next, Kungs and Cookin' on 3 Burners. Yes,
Is that
that's the
song?
name
Oh,
of
that's the name of the group.
the group. And this is a track called This Girl on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place.